Morning, people. Today's project is making a gate and putting it in right here. So last week we had to get the cows vaccinated and wormed, and you can kind of see our setup. Kind of push that red gate over, kind of in here. I got this gate open, put this gate right here open, get them in the chute, close the gates and so forth. But to get there, we had to climbed over this little gate here. It's connected to that post in the wall, or come around here and go through the muck. So project is to take that little gate off, or little, I don't even know what you call it, it's not a gate, it doesn't open. Take that off, and what we had back there originally was this swing gate right here. Now it's too big. This was back where one of those other gates were at. It's obviously too big, so I'm gonna have to cut it, make it 2 feet. I don't know what kind of luck I'd have straightening these things out at all. So I might go with something different. But this is all, it's got rivets, like steel rivets. So I'm gonna have to cut all those off, drill them out, probably grind them hopefully. Anyway, get this piece off, cut this to about 2 feet, cut all that to about 2 feet, and then put this piece back on over here. If I can't get these straightened out, I've got another idea for cross pieces. So anyway, that's my project for today. Hope I can get it done in a couple hours, because we do want to worm the cows and do some more vaccinations. I had to do some quick math on this, because I got to factor in this piece here. And that's going to stick out here. Turn out my total length between here and the edge of the gate was about 3.5 inches. So I had to kind of deduct that from the whole total, which put me right about where this black line is. So I cut, so I'm gonna need, I think it's like 28.5 inches. So I got a line there, and I've got a line down here on this one. I was gonna try to snap a line across all of these, but these are too dented up. And I'll probably have to take these off anyway and put something else in there. I haven't figured it out yet, but get some other kind of slat in there. It's like this one looks good, this one looks good, and I have to say it's got the hinge on it. And this one looks good. So I'm gonna cut all these rivets off. This one's over there. So it's only got like 3. Cut these off. And then end up getting rid of this one and this one, and then we'll go from there. Okay. Had a couple of experiments going on. One, I've got the grinder with a grinding wheel on it, and ground the rivets off. I'll have to push them out of the bottom, grind them a little flusher and push them out. Also used to cut this, I started with a sawzall, and then wasn't cutting very straight, so I finished it up with a cutting wheel, which worked good too, so either or. And I figured I better cut it before I take the whole thing off, so that also worked out good. So I'm going to turn this thing around and cut the bottom 2, so I'm going to save those 2. And then this one here and this one here are going to come off, be thrown away, too bent. I'll figure something else out to put in there. But they grind off pretty easy. I do have, we're worried about kind of fire. I got a bale of hay, just covered that up. I pushed all the other hay down that way, swept it up. Sparks don't go too far, but you never know. Safety first, as they say. Okay, that was a little quicker than I thought it would go. I've got all of these cut except the two I just took off. Basically banded in the Sawzall, just use a cutting wheel. Then I'm gonna have to go and grind all these rivets out, and then hopefully use those as a guide hole to punch holes in the remaining pieces. And I'm probably gonna end up bolting them. I don't think I have any rivets this herky or steel. So, but yeah, it didn't work out too bad. Just grind it up real quick. Get that piece over there grinded up. Get the rivets grinded out of there. And then we'll see how square this is, see how it lines up. Whoa! That was cows over there. Alrighty, so I've got all the remnants of the rivets removed from this side piece, vertical piece. So now I gotta take and grind all these off. But what I found is some of these are pretty high. Still got a lot of meat left on them. So I'm just taking the cutting wheel and cutting them flush and then grinding the rest of the way. And that seemed to work out pretty good. So this will just be a few minutes to get these off. I'm back. Took a little break. So these are, this one pretty bent up pretty bad. You can see it's kind of warped, twisted. This one here was similar. Mainly this end was all bent up. And what I did, I just stuck it on this one, used it as a template, and just kind of bent it straight. I'll try the same with this one. This one is bent quite a bit more. I'll hammer it, see what happens. See if I can get it a little straighter. I only need about 28 inches, so I only need somewhere right in here. And then I'll be able to use it as, you know, put it back as cross piece, just shorter. We'll see how it goes. So I remember last shot, this thing was pretty warped. Now it's straight enough. I think I can just cut it off and use it. This is the original, which is not that great either, but much better than the alternative. And now I don't have to come with something different. I can just cut these off and use them as the other cross supports. So that worked out good. So I've got this other vertical piece on, and what I've decided to do is drill out the corners there and there, and I got some rivets that I think will work. I don't have enough to do all of this, but I think I can get the corners and then line up these pieces, and if I have to, I got some little machine screws I can put in there too. So I'm going to try some rivets first. This is not square. It's about 1 inch out of square, but I don't think it matters. I think it's just going to be a little people gate. Won't be used very often. And I don't want to take it all the way apart just to square it up. So anyway, drill some holes and we'll come back. So I had to make a little bit of a change here. Since I couldn't get the existing holes on this side to line up with the existing holes in here, I just slid it down a little bit. Drilled holes this side first. I got screws in holding it right now. I moved this one down a little bit. I'm going to drill the holes in here. Basically, I just mark with a little marker, and then I put a little pin punch hole in there, and I'll get these in, then I'll turn this around and do the other side. I think this is going to work, and I believe I have enough rivets that I can rivet the whole thing, but if not, these screws will work just as well too. All right, I'll be back. Alrighty, so got the gate all together. It's bolted in a couple of spots, each one that's not riveted. I'm going to go ahead and get some rivets, try to rivet the other holes. I did get it installed. It is not square like I said before, and one of my posts that I screwed in is not flat. It's kind of tilted at an angle upwards, so kind of a little funky, but didn't cost me anything, and it'll work for what we need it to do. And maybe later I can fix it so it's better, but for right now this will work. I'm going to get these riveted, and then I'll take it back out and show you how it fits. So let's step back a little bit. You can see gate, it fits on there. Like I said before, it's not square. Could maybe pull this one back a little bit, but so what I was telling you is this post here is kind of bent in a little bit. I just didn't screw it in very good. Something to think about next time. Plus I got the bottom one. I could have had the bottom one maybe about a half an inch lower, which would have then set this one on, but I'm not going to move it. All this is for is so we can easily get in here. We got a couple of calves we need to vaccinate and deworm, and they're going into the head gate. So we have this gate open to get them in there, and we have this gate which will keep them from going here into the mud pit. This is how we did it last time, me, the vet, and Nancy. Anyway, we got one person stood here, got the cattle to go that way, close the gate this way, although we used a panel, and then we had somebody in here to come in and close this. So we have chain on there now to hook on here, and we didn't have a gate here, so we had to go constantly through. I don't know if you can see it, it's water, pee, poop, constantly go back in there. So what I did is I took this off. This was stationary, and now we have a little gate we can sneak in and out, and the cattle can't get in and out. Probably have to put some kind of locking device here, but anyway, I think you can see the rivets right there. I got screws on there too, and this is just temporary. This was something because we got to try to vaccinate tomorrow, and it was a pain to go around. I just repurposed another gate. Actually, this gate right here was on this post here, and because this really is, you don't see it, it's a ramp, old one, that they used to back a truck up and load the cattle on there to slaughter. That's not how we're going to do it. And I needed the head gate. I have another video on installing this head gate. But we wanted to be able to get in and out of there. I just repurposed this one for a quick access in and out, and this will help us make it a little bit easier. We were crawling over this one that was here. This way we can go in or out until we get something maybe a little bit better than this. But anyway, this is gate mods for cattle restraint and farm life. We're out.